Hope this is what you wanted. Hope this is what you had in mind, because this is what you're getting. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the three people chilling in the chat right now. It is I, me, myself, Brian. I see Jay Santos, Mr. Julius Dembski, Michael Valdez. How are you guys doing? Representing 3 points in separate places on the globe. Mr. Santos up there in Jersey. I think he's in the Newark area. We got Julius Dembski over there in California. And Michael Valdez on the other side of the planet, checking in. How you doing, brother? Hey, Ty Furious, what's up? Checking in down in SoCal-ish. Nice, 6 hours from San Diego, so you're mid-Cal-ish. What is up, guys and gals, and anybody watching this in the future? How's it going? It's another Thursday. It's another live stream. We're up to 186 live streams under the Workbench headline. There are an additional 80-something headline or live streams under the Robo Dojo headline. So that makes us we're like 200 and a lot. It's like 260, 270 live streams in the last 4.5 years. It's an awful lot of live streams, my guys and gals. But it's been a good run. Here we are in dark and chilly New Jersey. Right by the shore. It was actually a really nice day today. I did catch a little bit of sunshine, which is nice. I love this part of the spring or early spring when the days start to get slightly longer, and then every day I walk out of so when I get to work it's dark, but when I get out, see a little bit of sunshine at the end of the day, it's kind of brightens the spirits a little bit. It's been a week. It's going to be a long one, and it's going to keep being long ones until I don't know when, guys and gals. I'm pulling 6 day weeks, like 12-hour days, something like that. I'm tired. I'm getting real tired. That's okay, because it can't last forever. I'll either die or I'll get real sick or something. No, we'll everything will work out in the end, and it's just stopgap measures. Okay, when you have the responsibility, you know that you have to fulfill it. So sometimes you just gotta suck it up and do the deed. But yeah, got some good model making done this week. I don't know if anybody is going to be joining me in this live stream, and that's okay. I got a little bit to talk about. I got a little bit to work on, and we're gonna see what happens. That's how it is. Every day, every week, every moment of our lives is kind of a crapshoot, and you get to choose what you're gonna do with it. So here we are. And you know what? I'm glad that those of you that are hanging out, listening to me say these spiels, and coming on the live streams and chatting in the chats and participating in the community groups and the discords, the various other discords, and all the other cool stuff that we all do. It's really super important that we're all part of this community and that we all interact. And I draw great value from it, and I hope that you guys do too, because this is like they say it a lot. It's like the golden age of scale modeling. There's so much at our disposal now for creation, for interpretation, for expressing our ideas and stuff, and it's really freaking awesome. To me, I'm really stoked. Let's see. Ty nods in 713. I don't know if that's is that a key signature? Is this music? Are you a prog rock? No. Jay Santos says at Ty nods in 713. So somebody's prog rock. Love me some Tool. That's what it is. It's absolutely prog rock. Fantastic. 46 and 2. Anyone? I'm signature. Yeah. I figured as much. All right. Got myself a beverage. There's some sort of hellacious cold that is floating around the circles over here on the East Coast right now. I am knock on Workbench. Luckily, I was only half ill for like a day last week, and I have been able to skate by. Grateful for that. I attribute that to uncontrollable genetics. Hey. But yeah, so here we are. It's another Thursday. Like I said, we made it through another week, and we've got things are coming up on the horizon as the season is continuing to progress. The original Mecha contest started last week. It is already in full tilt. There are people in the Discord that are just doing crazy awesome builds. If you guys haven't had a chance to check out the Facebook page, go check out that Facebook page for the original Mecha contest. I think I have a banner for that. Yeah, it's open to all across the world. Anybody can join, and it's a photo competition. So feel free to go either to the Facebook page or to the website and I have it here somewhere, to check out the rules, the regulations, and how to join. Because we'd love to have you. Here you go. This is the Patreon for the original Mecha contest, and this is the website. Got a little bit of a sniffly nose. That's okay. But yeah, so that's really cool. I'm gonna participate this year. I haven't participated since 2020. Wow, this is 4 years since the fourth season since I participated, and don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. That's okay. It doesn't really matter. Looks like my computer isn't charging. Oh, bueno. No, it's bueno. But yeah, so that's that. It's yeah, once I was originally talking about, it's a free-for-all open concept mecha robot-ish vehicle-ish building. Originally we were or Jonathan, because I wasn't a host until a couple of years in, but originally the contest was only mechas, like humanoid-esque or just robots of sorts, because I built a quad mech my first year to humanoid. But it was like non-vehicles, like no pilots, just an automaton. And it progressed and grows, and as we always like to do, is to make things a little bit more accepting, a little bit more open, and allow everyone to participate. So vehicles have been included, and all sorts of different cool things have been included. There's such a valuable source of crazy creative energy that goes into this contest every year. And if you guys haven't already checked it out, check it out. I know I'm kind of preaching to the choir for those of you that are in the chat right now, but yeah, it's still a whole shitload of fun, and I can't deny it. That's gonna be hype, super hype. I haven't started on my build. I don't know what I'm gonna do, and that's the beauty of it. You don't have to know, and there's such a long lead time. It runs from February 1st until the end of October, so you've got like 6-8 months, something like that, to be able to kind of come up with something. And it doesn't matter the scale. You can make something that's like this big, you can make something that's like this big. It doesn't matter. And it's all judged by super duper talented and valuable creatives in the community and in the art scene. And it's really cool that Jonathan has been able to like keep up with landing all these cool judges, getting all these great sponsors. We've got a bunch of different sponsors this year. There's some cool tooling going into it, some really nice high-end brushes and some other tooling, and it's just really fun and awesome to be a part of every year. So that's my sales pitch, beginning of the show. I am going to disappear for just a half a second while you guys look at my background while I figure out why my computer isn't charging, and I'll be right back. But you can still hear me because I'm still here. I assume it was when I was dorking around back over here. Yep, that's it. Fixed it. Okay, so how that happened was I've been losing weight. So I have a pair of test jeans that it's a terrible habit I picked up from my wife. There she is. And I have a pair of jeans that I purchased to wear and wore for a brief period, but like was outgrown. I had outbellied those jeans during the pandemic, but I kept them around. So I have a pair of jeans that I'm wearing now. I have several sets of these that I've been wearing, and they've been getting looser and looser and looser. I have to cinch it with a belt just to keep my pants on. They just want to fall off. And so I tried on the old test jeans, and they fit. They fit. They fit like these ones that I'm currently wearing that are on the process of falling off of me used to fit. So I'm on my progress. I'm getting there. It's a journey, and as we get older, it's not easy to keep losing that weight or to keep that weight down. So I'm feeling good. So that's a nice thing. But yeah, well, anyways, I tried them shits on, and I unplugged my computer when I did the process. You win some, you lose the rest. Speaking of losing the rest, I haven't done a ton of work on the truck. I think I had had these on. I don't know if I had, God, that's bright as heck, isn't it? I don't know if I had the little decals. So those are just decals for those the corner, I don't know if they're even turn signals. I think they're just reflectors on the fronts of the truck. But yeah, it is. I don't know why that truck has been such a slog to get through the end of it. Like, normally I'm all like, let's go and do a paint thing. We're gonna do, and it's just been like, I don't know if it's been like the cold weather, if I have the panel in my spray booth, if I take the panel out, it blows cold air in my face, and I don't know if I just don't want to deal with it or what the deal is. But I've been dragging ass on getting that dang thing finished. But I will. Before the hobby meeting at the end of the month, I will totally have that done. The thing that I have been working on, it's been a lot of fun, and you can't really see it in the picture, is my little Nachin build off for the USA Gundam Store and Zaku Aurelius Nachin toys versus tanks. It's like Nachin and the other Koto tanky thing. But here's my little guy that I've got. He's looking pretty good. I did a bunch of work on that gun that I was working with. Cover up my face so it doesn't focus on me. That's the resin cast of the submachine gun that comes with the full city, or not the full city, the rebake, but whatever. And then I added, these are hexagear components on the top of that. And then that's just kind of like drills through, makes kind of a cool shroud and extra muzzle. This is the actual ammo tank that comes with the 35th scale Nachin, and it's supposed to be mounted up here on the back. What I do have on the back is this is a standard Kotobukiya MGS or MSG 30 Gatling ammo pod, and then it comes with the belt. So this is actually some old parts that I've had from before when I did the flea for OMC back in 2019. But yeah, that's what the gray stuff is. I had to add a couple of extra parts out of a new kit. I got a couple of them extra laying over, and then that just plugs into the back, and I made that work and modified the lower drum that I added to the submachine gun. Oh, hey Manny, what's up, man? How you doing? Oh, and Julio, hey, hi guys. So that's the ammo feed for the cool little daka. And then on the other side here, I have another one of those, which I'll just pull it off. Ooh. And then this one, I wanted to do something a little bit different because I like the two tanks on the back. I feel like that makes a cool silhouette for the overall look of the little guy. But I didn't want it to be double ammo because I was like, what the fuck, this doesn't make sense. So I started trying to think about like, how would you do that? Like one ammo tank feeds into the other ammo tank, but that's a lot of bullshit. Like it doesn't necessarily need all that. And then it's a lot of bullets too. So I thought, what if one of them is ammo, right? Or two of them for that matter, because there's the one that's on the bottom of the gun itself. And then there's the one in the backpack. And then I was like, well, what if there was like another element or something? Like, what if there was like I don't know, like a radioactive element or like a flamethrower on his other arm or a different thing like that. So I decided to take the other tank and did a little bit of kit bashing. I grabbed this. This is the ammo feeder here. This black component is the ammo feeder off of the Zaku Warrior from Seed. This is another hexagear component here that I cut out. Like it was like a weird nodule like thing that came through the back of it and some stuff and some wings on it. I cut that shit all off carved out the whole inside so that it made it up with the with this, which is cool. It has like a little like receptacle and antenna on top of it. And then these white guys inside, these are actually missile components from the 72nd scale across special weapon set upgrade. Michael Wine, if you're ever watching this in the future, you'll know what I'm talking about. But for those of you that don't know, there is a set that's made by, I think, Bandai. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Bandai. And it's a 72nd scale across Robotech, for lack of a better term, weapons upgrade in it. And it gives you like missile pods of several different types. It gives you booster rockets and stuff like that goes along with it, so that you can take your 72nd scale Macross kits and then like upgrade your Valkyrie to be like the one from Do You Remember Love or whatever it might be. So it's all theming, but however, it comes with a ton of greebly bits. So you can take these weapon parts and these various elements and you can cut them apart and make them into cool other shit. I've used them for a lot of different stuff, including the flea back in 2019. But so yeah, that's what I wanted these cool little like pipings. They've got a little bit of, let's see if I can get a little bit of shadow on it so you can see fidelity. No, it's just gonna blow it out and make it just like a white stripe. But there is detail on them. They have these little like panel line details and raised and lowered components and stuff. It looks really, really cool. And then on the bottom for the cap on the base, which is this port here, is actually going to be the port that's going to be my out port, my out feed. I'm going to use a piece of this electrical line, same electrical line that I used on the flea, which is just the easiest way to do hoses and stuff. You know, the one that came with the Nachi is this little skinny bit, like this little skinny dude. It's real thin. This is the one that comes with the Zaku Warrior. It's got the inner tube and then the outer braided component to make it look real fancy. Neither one of those works. So what I'll end up doing is using, well, I have a little bit of this left. This is just regular ass wire, and it's just coated, which means you can't really paint it. And I've tried, it doesn't really work out. The paint will eventually end up corrupting, going bad. But it's got this nice fidelity to it. It's thick. It's got a little bit of brass, not brass, but copper inside of it. So you can like make it do a shape and it will hold the shape, which is cool. So I'm going to use that as my feeder line. And what this piece on the bottom is, if I'm not mistaken, it's a foot from some Iron-Blooded Orphans thing. I don't know if it's from the roadie or if it's from the Roe, maybe, or I don't know. It's hard to say, but it's from a 144th scale. My apologies. A high grade Iron-Blooded Orphans, or what else could it have been? It could be the Red Beret. It could be from the Red Beret. It's hard to say. I've got so many parts and there's been so many donor kits that I don't exactly know where it all comes from. However, yeah, so that's kind of the idea behind that. Here we go. Turn that banner off. I don't need that OMC up anymore. Yeah, so that's where this little guy, and so this is my auxiliary like juice tank. So whether it's going to be like radioactive or like fire or something like that, and I thought about actually on the little guy's weapon. If I can get to it real quick. The weapon, there it is. It has this right on the backside here, right there. It has that like dimple on the back of the gun, and it's supposed to have like it has like a long stock with a shoulder thing so that you can hold it out, more like a, you know, braced out like a submachine gun with like a, you know, like a stock that hits your shoulder. But it didn't fit with the notching, you know, it's just wrong. So I had a few of them. I modded a bunch of them. That's what it is. You make a mold of something, you can make a shitload of casts, and it doesn't matter. I'm not trying to sell it, so I'm just making it for myself. And you know, I had some of them. I was like, nah, this one was broken, so I was like, this is perfect. So I may drill into that. I'm thinking about maybe drilling into where that dimple is, and then adding a port in for that line, and then that'll be where, you know, the ammo comes in the bottom, and then it adds the elemental aspect to it, whether it be a radioactive element to it or whatever. I can make it like frost or something fun like that. Who knows? But then I just added these little, I think I talked about these a little bit, these little guys down here from Bandai MS upgrades. I've had that thing with like the swords and the blades and all this weird shit that I got that like very early on in buying Gundam stuff, like Gundam model centric things and add-on parts, and it literally sat sealed. The package sat sealed in the bottom of this drawer right here down by my knee for 5 years. And then I cracked it out when I cracked this out and was like, oh, well, hey, maybe, you know, they'll kind of work with this thing, you know, a little sword thing or something. I was like, I just clear this damn thing out of here, get these runners out of here, get this extra, you know, just wait, hanging on, collecting this shit like that lady from the Labyrinth. Oh, don't forget your teddy. She's got the big backpack of shit. Anyways, but yeah, so they work pretty cool. They fit into the side slots here on the leg, and I think those are kind of cool. I added these. These are the tanks that come with the Sinanju portion of the SD Neo Zeong. So yeah, they fit perfectly, plugged right into the side of the body, and I like that too. So I want to do something. I've got this like this port right here in the back. You can see it, yeah, right in the center of the back. I want to try and do some sort of like booster thing or something. Like I've got a bunch of like thruster bells and some obviously I have a shitload of parts. So thinking about maybe making something like a backpack or excuse me, something to help him like zoom around. Clearly super tired. I apologize, guys. Something to kind of like help him zoom around, or you know, add a little bit more something to it. But it does like the build itself so far has like a pretty good balance to it. I got it on this base. It's holding it up pretty good. It's kind of like my construction base lately, but it's kind of like a good balance to it. I kind of like the way it feels. I kind of want to do something with these little cat feet it has. You know, it's got these little guys down here. Like, see that? You can totally see that looks like a cat foot. So it's kind of thinking about maybe making something that like some sci-fi Crocs that slip onto it with like extra claws or something. I don't know. Just trying to have fun with it, right? But speaking of have fun with it, Manny out there in the chat is also working on one of these supposedly. And once again, this is another online competition or online group build challenge hosted by Zaku Aurelius and USA Gundam Store. So you can go to Zach's channel and he will have information about that, videos and stuff, and then the entry information for that. I have here we go. I was gonna say I have a USA Gundam Store banner. Haha, a banner for everything, just like a book. Yeah, so that's where that's been going. I put the one other thing on this before I stopped talking about the notching. The model itself. Oh, here for one. Sorry, my sleeves effing up. No, screw this. Get rid of the shirt. Yeah. All right. So, a couple more things about the notching. So, this is the submachine gun that I've been working on making. Not fully done yet, not fully detailed out, but it's got a good shape. The one that the suit came with is this little guy right here. So definitely an upgrade, to say the least. But what I was going to say before I got sidetracked about how cool the gun is, pretty proud of it, is that the suit comes with these little tiny pegs that you're supposed to be able to use to add elements to the suit. They plug into the receivers on the various parts of the body. There's panels and stuff that can plug in, plug out, blah, blah, blah. And what I wanted to do is that they have two different shoulder styles. Obviously, I've got the orange shoulder, and this is the standard shoulder, which has a peg on it. And that peg receives this style of shield, which is your standard notching tank shield. So I wanted to utilize the shield on this forearm because there's a port on the outside of the forearm. But the those little clipper dudes, those little pegs, they don't work. It will hold in the forearm, but it doesn't hold in the shield at all because the spacing's different, and there's like a little, like, not really a poly cap, but it's kind of like a poly cap. It's another piece of ABS that's inside of the shoulder, or not the shoulder, but the shield itself, which allows it to kind of like rotate. It gives you some manipulation off of that single peg. So what I did was I got to the styrene selection. I pulled out an appropriately sized or slightly oversized part. I filed down the ends so that it would squeeze in. Because it's hollow, it can compress slightly, right? So that's what I did to get that. I made it a little bit longer than normal. Just throwing drink around. And now that's on the outside of the arm, so it's totally posable. Gives another element to it too, which is kind of fun. I wanted to maybe add more to it, but I don't want to. That's the thing, is I got to keep remembering that this isn't a Baroque sculpture. This is a balanced mecha for funzos. It's not like fleur-de-lis and like filigree and shit everywhere. But oh, here we go. Sorry, missing comments. We got, hey, what's up, Chris Pabs? Manny is keeping his quiet. This is true. And then Julio says, because that shit is doo-doo, Lamau. And then Manny says, I haven't even found it yet. So that's what it is. Manny's keeping it under the lid because he has too many kits and children, and he lost it. We still love you, Manny. But yeah, so that's where the notching is. It's coming along well. I feel really good about it, and I'm having fun with it. And that's the whole freaking point, right? Right. So the truck is chilling. I do gotta finish that thing. It's just some time in the booth. It's gonna be warm this weekend. I'm working 6 days a week, guys. I'm so tired. I don't have time for shit. And I'm not young like Chris, who's like 10 years younger than me. Or I can just like, I'm already running on fucking E. But did I talk about the Super B? I think I talked about the Super B a little bit. I did. The Super B is coming up. Got to do this. It's gonna be fun. Mopar builds, like muscle car builds, they're so fun to do. I don't know if you guys out there have ever built cars, or if you have any interest in building any of these like classic cars or any of that stuff. There's a lot of fun, and the kits aren't exactly crazy to do. So for any of you old guys out there, and gals for that matter, go build a Mustang or something fun. This is very similar to like a Pontiac GTO, same era, 1970s. GTO is like a late 60s. But yeah, so that one's gonna come up soon. I am in the chat with the guys, and every day I see new cool shit that people are doing, and I'm like, I want to do cool shit too, but I need to finish these other things that are important. I've got these deadlines that I also need to kind of work towards. So yeah, and I'm also thinking about the stuff that's coming up this year, the various shows that I want to go and participate in. The Mosquito Con, I don't know if I mentioned that. Mosquito Con is coming up, the local IPMS here on the northeast coast for the New Jersey area is coming up in April. It is the 6th, I think, of April this year. And oh, hey, Jalen, what's up? What's up, girl? Chilling? Yeah, so Mosquito Con's coming up. The overarching theme for it is the 1960s. So I'm thinking about trying to build something towards that for fun. I do have the turkey shoot build, which is the F1, which is from 1969. It is close to that era. I mean, it's right at the tail end of it, and it's a pretty good build. It's a little dusty now. They all get dusty. And I got to do some polish on it, but so I've got this little monster where I could just like gussy it up a little bit, throw the parts back on it that have come off of it, and do the decal work on it. But I also have this really kick-ass tank that I bought from the internet. I don't remember exactly where I got it from. I think maybe stupid Amazon. But that is and it's a little bit buried, so I'm not going to dig it out. It's the NVA T50A, Soviet era East German tank, and it is it just has like this visceral quality to it. If you're looking at like different kinds of armor and stuff. There are certain tanks that have like they're really noticeable. Like everybody knows what an Abrams looks like. Everybody knows kind of what a Sherman looks like, a Panzer. They're very like they stand out. They're like tanks that really just like do. Or if you're gonna look at like a Walker Bulldog or a Jackson or something like that, if you don't know your tanks, you're probably not gonna recognize which tank that is exactly. This tank, the T50A, is like it's got like a really like aggressive feel to it, and I don't even know if that's just like the images that I've seen of other people's builds online and like the articles that I've read on it and like the box art and shit, if that's really the stuff that's like gluing into my mind, or maybe I just want to really do like a smaller or medium sized, like a mid-sized tank with like a kick-ass like winter like green and white camo. I do love me some camo. Current air Russia armor deployed right now. Yeah. Actually, I don't think they were German, so I don't know if those jokers are using any of those right now. But oh shit, what do we got here? Jay says I bought a 3D print pen, and been goofing around with it on builds. That is fan-freaking-tastic. Ooh, browsing the internet for Harrows. It's time to rejuvenate the collection. Everyone go and subscribe to Jay's GoFundMe for her Harrow needs. I don't know if she has a GoFundMe, but yeah, hook it up. She uses them shits and does crazy creative stuff. Let's see. Speaking of crazy creative stuff and the reason to get on top of fucking building cool shit, MFCA is coming up soon in May, which is really gonna come right around the corner. My crippling Harrow dependency, yes, of course, or Harrow dependency. So yeah, MFCA is coming right around the corner, and I want to have cool stuff done. So I've got like, obviously the Zaku Warrior. You can see the wing right here. The Zaku Warrior Death is really kick-ass. I'm gonna have the little notching tank that I'm gonna be able to throw in there too for the robots. But I want to do some figure stuff, and I haven't put any energy into it. So at least maybe do like that turtle dragon thing that I have, because it's a little bit larger and a little bit more easy to deal with than like trying to really get into fully rendering something that's like very small and will require a lot of precision and that I have zero familiarity with. But yeah, I want to try and do something fun like that, something that's off my rate reservation, for lack of a better term. And yeah, and that's gonna be kind of cool. And then of course I need to finish the Back to the Future DeLorean, which is just getting dusty. It's the worst part. Living here on the shore, got a cat, smoking and burning incense and stuff. I'm making a dusty room, and all the plastic sandy dust and that shit too. Doesn't really help out. So I got to get that thing cleaned up. I got to get it going because it's not far away. I've done a bunch of cool elements for the inside. It really just needs like, it just I got to get back into it. It's like kind of like this truck, this like the stepside 1976 Chevy. I don't have the box anymore. I don't know. I keep looking for it. I got rid of the box a while ago. But I need to just do it. It's that whole time thing. You pull that 12-hour day and you get home and then you feed the cat and try to relax for half a second, catch up on your stories of the people that are rebuilding chateaus in France and shit, and then cook a dinner, and then by that point you're like, well, hell, it's 8:00 at night and I'm exhausted. Where's my energy to try and do anything? No. Two-sided, double-edged blade, because it's late-ish, right? It's been a long day. You've been up since 5 a.m. 8:00 at night is pretty freaking late. And you want to do stuff because you've got the creative itch, right? You've got the desire. You've got all these cool projects, great ideas. But the dangerous thing is, wait, there's a file to print Harrows. Oh, I don't know, Jay. Let's see, Jay, find a friend with a 3D printer and they can print you all the Harrows you could ever need, any size or heart you could desire. Julius says the rocket's here. So Julie sent me a quarter scale, 1/4 scale Rocketeer, which is actually a pretty rare kit, and actually really cool too. And when when there's like, I feel like there's a need to show off like a weird flex in what's in the backlog, I actually have a photograph that I of myself with holding that that I'll share when I'm like, oh, you guys want to see something weird and rare like this, like quarter scale Rocketeer helmet, backpack, gun, all that cool shit. Like really, really sick. I do want to do that, but once again, it needs the justice. I don't have the fidelity for it yet, even though the size is pretty sizable. Plus, what the hell am I gonna do with it after I build it? I need to put a house stretcher on, or like build a whole house extra just to store my cool shit. So Jay has plenty of friends with 3D printers. I have one that isn't set up yet. Julio's got one. Keelay's got one. And I bet she's got a whole little cabal of homies, hero homies. How is OMC going? I have a printer, she says. Well, shit. Everybody's got a printer. OMC is chilling. It's been great. The community participation is fantastic this year. Everybody's very excited. There's lots of pre-planning stages. In addition to the original Mecha contest, there is also the Cup contest, which is like, what the fuck is that? So the Cup contest is hosted by one of our returning champions and participants, Chrome. He's an admin with the group, fantastic modeler, and he decided that he was going to try and add like a softer, a lighter version of the original Mecha contest, where you kind of like make stuff out of trash in a weird way. Whether it be like the Yakult, whatever it is, like the chugs, like plastic chugs, or like clothespins, spoons. There's like a whole list of things that you can use versus other things. It's meant to kind of use more like the trash that we kind of like to collect, the pill bottles and the like razors, like disposable razor bits and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. And it's a subdivision contest, which is lighter, a little bit more lighthearted, and smaller, obviously more vignette oriented, but with prizes and cool participation. Last year was the first year we did it. You guys can check out the awards if you go follow into my channel and go to look at the lists. And then last year in around would have been November, around Thanksgiving, I think we did that stream where they announced the winners for the Cup, and yeah, you guys can see some of the cool shit that's going on. Yeah, last year was super cool, Jay. Let's see. Jason's been working on a write-up for it, and big ol' hype for it. Awesome, that's great to see. Julio says he's pulled out all his parts for OMC. Don't show it. Don't. Hopefully not in public. You'll get arrested. Jay Santos says Jay's gonna print a gigantic arrow. She's gonna fly around it the way the Saiyans arrived in DBZ's first season. Oh, nice. Capsule Corp style. Excellent. It's a return of the Chooch. True. Julio also hasn't participated in OMC in a couple of years, and I'm glad also for that. Let's see. What else? Tired. I'm always tired, guys. That's okay though, because it has good end. It's gonna have a good ending. All the tired is gonna pay off someday. Might not be this year, or next year, or the year after that, but it's gonna pay off. And if I don't die, it'll be good. I don't think I'm gonna die. No, nobody thinks that. But yeah. So that's kind of what's going on. Updates from my bench. Yeah. Long and the short of it. Not a crazy stream tonight. I don't have any guests, and I don't really have a whole shitload to talk about. I've kind of would like to work on something, but I don't feel like working on stream, and I don't think that that's any offense to you guys. To be honest with you, I'm not trying to be down, but yeah, I think that's kind of it. You guys have anything else out there? Anybody got any commentary you want to shout out to me? We can chat back and forth a little bit here before I close out a short live stream unannounced. You can always expect I was tired. Like I said, I'm tired. How many times are you gonna say it, Brian? Yeah, okay, you're tired, we get it. But and I was like, oh, I don't really feel like streaming, but you know what, I wanted to come on to the stream just to have some accountability, just to be there, to show your face. It's like the in our Built Sideways Discord, we have a throwback channel, which is called Fuck You Fridays. And it's a throwback in a way to the old Team Awful Discord, which I got into right at the very end of it, which is kind of sad. But here we go. Have Sissy posted his progress on his snatch in. Fuck you being under harass. I'm having too much fun. Exactly. I don't care about. I'm gonna post my progress on my notch, and there's a bunch of guys in Zach's Discord that are keeping that shit like real close to the chest. But there's no reason not to. Oh, cool. William Wimes is sharing some cool shit with Jay. Fantastic. Share it. That's the thing. That's the idea. The accountability, the showing up, right? So, like I was saying, the Fuck You Fridays, right? And the reason that I wanted to add that old gem, which is essentially the theory behind Fuck You Fridays, is you post a selfie of you flipping off the camera. And what it is, and people probably don't understand exactly, but it's in a way, it's kind of it's an accountability, another accountability thing. It's a way to celebrate making it through another week, because it is not easy always to get through weeks, or to get, through anything really. Like, life is hard, and it's fun to make a silly face, or to just show up and to be present, and to show that you're there, that you're still fucking alive, and that you're still fighting. And that, to me, is where the importance of the Fuck You Friday channel on the Discord comes in, because fuck you, right? Like, Fuck You Friday, we fucking made it. Like, and that's why every time I start these live streams recently, it's been like, we made it through another week, guys. It is something to celebrate in a way, and it's something to be proud of, that we're still doing it, that no matter what life is throwing at us, we are putting a spin on it, and whether that spin is a positive spin or an aggressive spin or whatever it is, but we're still making it through. And that's the most important part, is that we're still getting through it, and we're carrying on regardless of the bullshit. So that's why I am always try to be first in the morning, and share my picture, and try to interact with everybody, and try to be as as much there as I can, because we all need to be there for each other. Because if we don't have each other, we got nobody, and that's a sad fucking spot to be, And I really appreciate it, and I love the participation that we do get, and I don't admonish anybody for not participating. That's fine. It's my own thing, but that's just like where I come from for that. So, here we go. What else we got? Julie Dempsey says, at Julio, yes, it's a great idea. I put in a split case as a Pro Builder original. Hold up. What did you say? I'm so confused. Yeah. Pro Builder originals, they exist. Ain't nobody got them though, because I don't let none of my models go away. Actually, that's not true. There's a couple of them that are out there. Adam Dunn at USA Gundam Store has one, and then Zach at Galactic Toys has one. And then this dude Kevin, that used to run a shop called Ryuyong Hobby down in Sunset Park, Brooklyn, has one of my best first models, Master Grade Buster Gundam. That one went back to China, I think, with him when he went back home after closing down shop here in South Brooklyn. Pretty crazy, huh? Yeah. Most of my models live in boxes in the dark in the attic, and ain't nobody ever seen. Even the Hoverbug. The Hoverbug hasn't been out of a box in almost a year. It has been wrapped up and just away. Just away with you. Models. It's wild. You don't have this display, the display space to put all the stuff out. That's probably why I let like so many of these models ride on the bench for so long after I build them, just so that I can kind of enjoy them, in the space before they have to go away. So it's part of the game. I almost feel like I should do more to that. Saku Warrior. Give it something. Maybe I will. I don't know. There's still time before any shows pop up. Like I said, Mosquito Con, beginning of April. The MFCA, that's okay. Mosquito Con is in the beginning of April, and that's in Wayne, New Jersey. The MFCA is down by Philadelphia or in Philadelphia. Not 100% sure where it's going to be this year, whether it's going to be in the same hotel that they have been holding it in, hotel event space, or if it's going to be someplace different. I'll find out. It's my hobby club, so as I find out more information about that, I'll let y'all know, so you can come down and check it out if you're in the area here on the East Coast. Come through. That's attainable for people in a pretty generally large area, because you can come all the way down from the city to get down there, from Manhattan, I should say, or from New York City, or you can come up from, like, say, Maryland, or whatever, down by DC, even as far as south as Virginia and shit. Come on through. I know we got guys that come over, like Barry comes from Salt Lake City, and Jim comes from Chicago, and there's a bunch of people that come in. There's even people that have come from overseas to come to these shows, and they're really, really cool. Even if you aren't confident in showing your work at something like the MFCA, it is valuable to come through, like on the Saturday day show, and just look at all the amazing work. The artists and the creatives are always walking around talking about stuff. There's always little seminars going on. It's like a very low barrier for entry. Really cool raffle that's hosted by AAA Hobbies, which also hosts the model club. So it's pretty cool shit. Julio says I should make a scythe. I don't think so. Scythe. I was thinking almost more like maybe like a lance and a standard or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. Scythe is a little bit like, on the nose. So I don't know. I'm not really feeling it, but I appreciate the thought. Julius Stemsky says, I hide my kids in the living room display case and see how long it takes the wife to notice, because she doesn't want them there. So I'm lucky that I have a semi-understanding wife with a very nasty book collecting habit. So I'm allowed to keep some of my stuff out because she's allowed to keep her stuff out. It's a balance. But I hope that your kids ride unscathed, Julius, just for your sake, man. May the odds be forever in your favor. That's cool. Oh wait, William Mom says I only have time to snap build models, so I have a roller trunk with all of these snap build models in Ziploc bags. Hey man, I hear you. I have a lot of snapped up kits too. There was a time when I was so broken hearted, loving so much of a friend of mine. Listen. But yeah, so no, that's kind of like part of the game. So some of those kits end up being like, oh, I'm gonna work on this, like the fatty. I'm totally gonna do the fatty someday in the future. Like, there, we're gonna keep that one on the side. Like, oh, another Sanandru Stein. Like, yeah, we're gonna keep that one on the side. Actually, I think I have one in my display case that's just snapped up. But it's like also maybe this kit is just gonna be fodder, and end up being like absorbed back into the collection of parts, or maybe it'll be resurrected like the Jagan and the Dingo were with the Spartan build. So the trinity of the Dango, the Dingo, the Jagan, and the Spartan will make a trinity one day in a diorama of some form or another. I know I will. I just don't know what that looks like right now. I just don't. I don't think anyone does. That's okay. It's okay. Yeah, so sometimes they'll come back around and they'll float into being in other projects, or that's the deal. Like, I always buy models, and I'm sure you guys do too, and it's probably just me generalizing, but But like we get these models and we get, you buy it not just because like, oh, I'm gonna just uncontrollable impulse consumerist buying shit. You're like, oh, this looks cool. I've got this idea, or I feel like this could be a great ground to start on something. So you buy the kit. Either it languishes around forever and then you eventually snap it up, or you snap it up right away. And then you're like, oh, this is cool. I got to marinate on it a little bit. And then, they kind of build up. You end up with like, I used to have so many just like chilling, just like stuffed into cases, like a whole Detolf just stuffed full with all up on top and all this Lego everywhere all the time. And I don't have space for it right now. It was really sad because I got a lot of cool shit. That's like kind of the worst, is having all this cool shit and like not having anywhere to display it, which I think is where Julius Dembski is running into, hiding his kits in the display case. Drinking a little bit of Elijah Craig with Coke Zero, because I only drink Coke Zero now because I'm getting old. Yeah. So cool. Here we are. Here I am, doing everything I can. If those of you that don't remember Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1, go buy or go pick up a copy of it. It's free somewhere, I'm sure. And then play the warehouse. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, I think that's gonna be the long and short of it. I'm cutting it short. It's a quick live stream this week. Thank you guys for joining me here briefly as we talk a little bit about modeling and a little bit about philosophy and a little bit about community, and because that's really what it's all about. It is all about us having fun making these models, understanding some bits of philosophy, and then participating. Oh wait, what do you say, Chris? Here, Chris says, "How is my build comparing to some of those showing theirs in Zach's Discord?" Ain't nobody showing shit in Zach's Discord, Chris. So there you go. There's like one guy who's building one of the other style. It's not the notching, it's the other one. He's kind of been showing, or they, I don't know if it's who it is, a he, they, be, them, whatever, but they are showing theirs, which has been cool stuff. They're just doing little scratch build stuff and simple things and having fun with it, and it's really kind of chill, right? Yeah. But yeah, we can rap about that behind the scenes, Chris. Yes, thank you, Julius. I will go get some sleep. And yeah, Julio, a little bit of big secrets. And Michael Valdez, of course, brother. Peace. Thank you guys again. Like I said, for coming and hanging out with me for just a half a second. I really appreciate it. I'm here every Thursday, whether or not I have like a pre-scheduled stream. If I have to come, if I'm scrambling to get, my head out of whatever butthole it's up to come and set up the stream, and I'll be here. So we'll be back next Thursday, whether it's me or whether it's me and a chorus of guys and dolls singing a song or what have you. We'll be back next week, and we will see y'all next time. And don't forget to check out the podcast, Built Sideways podcast, in the Discord for the Built Sideways Discord. And check out the socials in the description down below for all the creatives that participate in this live stream, as well as me and Paul, the hosts. I want to say that we hope Paul is well. I assume that he's busy with family stuff because he's always busy. And yeah, I hope that you guys don't stay too busy out there. Find some time to have some fun. Take a little bit of relax. Remember to say fuck you Friday, because that's tomorrow. And we made it. Again. That's fantastic. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.